Hey guys, it's me, Nisha Monique here, and today I'm back with another video because I told you guys I was gonna start posting more. So I wanted to do a story time today, and it's a serious story time, and I don't know if I should post this or not, just because I don't want to hurt any feelings, but at the same time, like, it, it happened to me, and I think that it would be very, um, helpful for other people to, like, hear this and know that they're not alone. So this is about my foster care experience and how the um, foster care, like, basically failed me. Um, so I got put into foster care when I was like maybe 4 or 5, okay? And it wasn't because my parents were bad parents. It wasn't that at all. My mom is physically handicapped, and so she could not take care of me. And my dad was, I think he tried for as long as he could, but I think that's a lot on a person, mentally and physically at the age of 21. I know it's hard for both of them, but I also feel like it's different for mamas because they have to make a way, and they do. And I just think they have different strengths and capabilities in certain ways than dads do, but whatever. So I was in foster care, and the first foster family was really good. They got me a lot of toys, and they spoiled me. And they were kind of materialistic, but they were good people. They treated me like I was a normal kid. So they put me in brownies, and they tried to keep me as normal and as busy as possible. With like Girl Scouts and stuff like that. So eventually I ended up getting taken away from that family because, I don't know, some sketchy stuff happened, and I'm not going to say who did what, but I'm pretty sure somebody called to get me taken away from there, and they weren't telling the truth, but I'm not going to say who. So then I went to the hospital for a while, and then this one family decided to foster me, and I was really excited because this was a family that I had known because they were the neighbors of the first foster family that I was at. So I thought, this was just going to be great and fun, and they had a daughter, and I was friends with her before, and I thought it was going to just go great. So they get trained and like blah blah blah. And I go home, but then that's not the case, unfortunately. Their daughter was very, very mean to me, and I don't know if it's because she felt like I was taking her mom or what, but she was very mean, and like for no reason, like I would ask her questions and she would just answer me very like hatefully, and she always had an attitude with me, and I did nothing to her. So that was a big like confusion for me. And this was when I was 7. So I moved into these people's houses when I was 7. Okay, the daughter was hateful. They didn't do anything about their daughter being hateful. They just let it happen. You know? Oh, that's just how she is. Okay, first of all, she acted just like her mama. I hope that says a lot right there. Her mama was a very hateful person as well. Like, she would just be mean for no reason too. Like, all I wanted was like affection and like stuff. And she'd be like, I'm not an affectionate person. Okay. And, like, obviously, if you're doing foster care, it's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's not about any of that. So, okay. But, yeah, so I needed affection, like, she wouldn't give it to me. I liked doing certain things, like playing games, having like game day or whatever, playing board games. And we did it one time as a family and never again. And like I messaged her on Facebook and I was like, oh, I really enjoyed that. Like that was really fun. And she was like, well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, but we don't have to play games to be a family. And I'm like, well, okay, but I don't really feel like I'm part of the family anyways. I remember one time when she was explaining something to my foster sibling, so her kids, and it was about their family tree or whatever, something confusing. And I wanted to know, like, okay, wait, wait, what? You know, like, I wanted to be in on the conversation. And this lady literally said to me, worry about your own family tree. Excuse me? Like, sounds like you really wanted to be a foster parent. Like, it was just rude for no reason. Like, how is that rude for no reason? Then, I had depression, like severe depression. My body was like shut down, like every other week on a schedule, like legit every other week. Like my body was hurt so bad, and I felt like I couldn't move, and I just couldn't function. And so I'm pretty sure it was probably like a chemical imbalance or something, and trauma, definitely. But, anyways, so, let's see. So, they would always say that I was playing games, like, just because I would be okay one day or whatever, and not okay the next. And they're like, you're playing games, like, you can control it. Yes, I can control being depressed and my body shutting down. Because I choose, I choose to do that. Because it's so much fun. Like, okay, so, then I ended up getting, eventually, like, okay, so there was one time we went to the mall, and, and I tried to act like I was okay that whole day, because I really wanted to go to the mall. So it took everything in me to not act like I was depressed, not to show that I was depressed. And anybody who has depression knows how hard that is to do, okay? That is so hard. So, I was doing that, and, I did that, like, I did that most of the mall trip, and then on the way home, I got, like, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. So I went back to my depression episode, and, like, I would start drooling. I would, cause it would hurt to swallow, and my back would start hurting, and my whole body would just hurt. My stomach, like, everything. So, they, okay, so, like, it started to come back again on the way home. And so this lady decides she's gonna take my clothes and put them in her room as a way to discipline me because I was playing games. That was her favorite thing to say. I was playing games and I could control my depression or these episodes. Which, okay. So, first of all, I think that was really messed up because you don't do that to a person. And I'm pretty sure she's never experienced depression because anybody who has experienced it and gone through it would know that you can't control it and you don't just discipline somebody for being depressed. They always try to say I was manipulative, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Well, maybe if you gave me some attention, there's a whole section, something, like, you wouldn't have this issue, you know? Like, so I learned how to manipulate to survive, okay? So, another thing, they wouldn't let me drive in the house. Now, they had, the foster dad had a mother who was in a chair. She was allowed to drive in the house. When she came over, but me and my therapist had to fight to get them to allow that for me to live in the house. Okay, that's cool. Another thing, and I feel like this was all like emotional abuse and manipulation. They were not good people. I mean, I think they might have had good intentions, but they also don't know how to deal with a mentally ill person either. Like, the dad was good to a certain extent. Like, I really liked him. I still like him. I talk to him, but like the other ones, no, I can't. I can't even. So, okay, sorry about all these random but, yeah, sorry. So, so anyway, um, so then what happened? I need help. Okay, so, yeah, so that was, I'm pretty sure all this stuff was like emotional abuse and emotional manipulation because they tried to get in my head and manipulate me a lot. They did not like my mom. Okay, so, what was I saying? Yeah, so they like to manipulate a lot, and, you know, they didn't like my mom, and so, I feel like they also did not work with her because they didn't like her, because she had to put them in their place a couple of times because my mom and dad still had their parental rights. So my mom and dad still had the final say so, and I feel like if you are, if you still have rights of your child and they're in foster care, then you, like, you should be able to work with the foster parents and say, like, hey, this is how I would like my child to be raised. This is how I would like discipline to be done. Can you do that? Is that something you're willing to do, able to do? Yeah, they didn't do that. So, like, these people would be, like, screaming at me, and when I would get in trouble, and I barely ever did anything wrong, but they would just yell at me, and, like, I would just cry, because I don't do well with being yelled at. It makes me shut down, and I cry, and my mom knows that, and so she doesn't yell at me, because she knows if she yell at me, I'm gonna shut down, I'm gonna cry, and I'm not gonna listen. So they apparently could not get that hint, even after 11 years, that they didn't catch on to that. So I cried a lot. They made me suicidal a lot. I wanted to die a lot. I was super depressed. So, like, especially in middle school, because that's when I realized I wasn't a teenage boy's definition of pretty, because I didn't have a boyfriend, and I felt like everyone else did. That depressed me even more, and it's not like I can go home and talk to my foster mom about it, because I didn't feel comfortable. And like, another time, so their daughter, was, their daughter had a boyfriend. I knew her boyfriend before she, she knew her boyfriend. And I thought he was cute. And I mean, that was it. Like, I wasn't going to, do anything, like, whatever. That's whatever. Like, I knew I couldn't get a boyfriend, so I wasn't even trying. So, this lady, like, okay, so I would message him, and they would talk, and like, well, he would message me, actually, and I would talk to him, and then eventually I said, I don't feel comfortable talking to you since you're blank's girlfriend, and, boyfriend, and, like, I just, like, I felt it in my heart that things were gonna get messy. I just knew. So, I'm like, okay. So, whatever, we stopped talking. My foster mom comes into my room, verbally attacking me, calling me a skank, calling me conniving, calling me sneaky, just yelling off on me, and I don't even know why, like, and then she said, we've been talking to blank's boyfriend, and I'm like, no I haven't, but okay. So this lady is just going off, and I'm like, I'm just looking at her, like, trying not to cry, and I'm just like, why would you call someone stinky and conniving that you're supposed to love? Like, do you call people who are stinky and conniving? Because I don't, but maybe that's just me. Anyways, maybe you guys call the people you are stinky and conniving. I don't know. So, yeah. So, basically, I ended up showing her the receipt. I'm like, I can show you the proof. Like, if you want it, like, I can show you the proof that I told him that we didn't need to talk. So, she, I showed my foster mom and set her up real quick. And she was just like, oh yeah, Maya, oh yeah, whoever. She had the proof or whatever. So I'm like, exactly. This lady did not say sorry. This lady did not say I apologize. This lady did not say, that was really inappropriate and mean of me. The lady did not say anything. So, she verbally attacked me for no reason. You don't do that to people you love. And she didn't, like, you could just tell that there was a difference between me and their biological kids. Like, they treated them different. especially the daughter. They let her do things they wouldn't let me do. They wouldn't let me have sleepovers just because I wear a diaper and I would have to get hair done in the middle of the night. Okay, and like, why is that okay? Like, why is that okay to tell me that I can't be a normal child because of circumstances that I did not create? It's not my fault I'm handicapped. It's not my fault I wear a diaper. That's not my fault. Like, I'm sorry, but that's not my fault. So, that was that. And then, I was afraid to call my mom because my mom was going to take it. Like, she was going to put them in the cage. But then that was going to backfire because they were going to come treat me badly. And, like I was on the phone with my little grandma one night, and my foster mom was mad, and she was like, get off the phone, I want my phone back. Like, just being spiteful for no reason. And people ask me, like, do you want to leave? Like, yes, like, I wanted to leave, but I stayed because my grandma said to me, well, wherever you go next, we might not be able to visit you. First of all, who says that to someone who knows that they are getting emotionally abused and manipulated? She saw it happening most of the time and didn't do anything. So, like, okay, so that's the only reason I stayed for those 11 years, and they were brutal, they were traumatic, they messed me up in the head so much. But I just want to say, if you're in this situation and you're getting harmed, whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, by foster parents, you need to tell. You need to tell a caseworker. I don't care if it's your 10th home or your 20th home. You need to speak up and not be dumb like I was and trying to please other people like I did instead of saving myself. My number one priority should have been saving myself and saving my mental health. So, yeah, and that wasn't my priority, which is why I got screwed even more mentally. But, yeah, so speak up for yourself, save yourself, and just love yourself more than I did, because, yeah, just do, okay, just tell, okay. Alright, I really hope you guys watch this whole thing. Subscribe, like, comment, and, yeah. Savannah, say hi. Hi. This is my roommate, Savannah. I know you can't see her right now, but yeah, I love her. She's 10. She's cool. And hi. And Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye.